Okay, we are good to go. Hello, hello. For those of you who do not know, my name is not Lindsay, it's Em. I'm on her Zoom account, and she is not joining us tonight, so we're going to hit record so she can watch it. But I want to invite you guys in. We do our weekly Zooms every single, normally Wednesdays with the team, but I wanted to open up to everybody just because, why not share the knowledge and all the smart things we have to say. I'm just kidding. It's totally a hot mess. It's never professional. I can't figure out my ring light. We're going with it. So I'm going to start out, and then I'm going to have Katie hop on and talk. I'm going to start out with attraction marketing, though, because I feel like that's something a lot of people have questions on. And when you ask, top leaders or top enrollers or people, that are successful in this industry, they're like, okay, how do you do it? And they're always like, well, I use attraction marketing. And you're like, okay, that's great, but like, what in the heck does that mean, and how am I supposed to do it? I don't think a lot of people really get truly what attraction marketing is and how you can implement it into what you're doing. Can you stop shaking your collar, please? So I tried to kind of break it down in steps for like if I was trying to teach somebody, which I'm not good at. Like I said, it's always a hot mess, so bear with me. But I kind of wanted to break it down to steps so you have something to go off of to see if you can implement it into your business, to see if it's something that can help you to grow your team, to grow your customers, and to grow that residual income. So first of all, in the simplest form, what is attraction marketing? Some people don't even know that. As simple as it is that it's the law of attraction. So it's basically you want to attract people to you so that they're coming into your inbox. Guys, I have psychotic dogs, I'm sorry. So that they're messaging you saying, hey, what do you do? How do you make money from your phone? What are your products? Rather than you going to them. So it's attracting people to you. If you've never watched The Secret on Netflix, definitely watch that. It's all about the law of attraction. What you put out there is what you bring back in, but that's essentially what it is. We are attracting people to us, so how do I sign people? How do I get people interested if I'm not cold messaging? They're messaging me first. So I'm going to kind of go through how you can grow into that mindset to really implement it so that people start to come to you. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't want you to hear their collars jingling the whole time. Anyway, so the first step, and you can take notes, I took notes so I can write this out for you, that I think is super important is that you have to grow your network, okay? And if you're in this, that you hear leaders say that. But my biggest thing is that you need to understand that takes time. You don't wake up with 5,000 friends on Facebook or 2,000 friends on Instagram. You have to trust in the process of growing your network and that it doesn't just happen overnight. You have to get that following base. So, when somebody says, hey, do I have to have a big following to be successful? No, you don't. But part of your IPAs, part of what you should do every day is growing your network and trusting that, you don't just wake up and have all these amazing connections with people. It takes time. I'm where I am and Katie's where she is and other leaders are where they are because, I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been growing my network for 2 years, connecting with people for 2 years. So just know that that's a big part of it. Would you rather have 100 friends and 2 people attracted to you or, 1,000 friends and 20 people attracted to you? Growing your network is huge. Your business will never outgrow your network. So that's the first thing. And now you're getting those people in front of you. How do you attract them to you? And I'm very blunt. I'm a red personality for those of you who don't know. You cannot be boring. Okay, and I don't mean that you can't be shy or you can't be an introvert. I'm an introvert, which some people don't believe, but I'm very shy in person. I feel awkward making eye contact with people. Like, I'm shy. It's not that you can't be shy or, have your own quirks about you, but you have to use what you have and you have to show what you have. You have to show that personality and you have to be yourself. That is the biggest thing. You can't just post a pre-made Thrive graphic one time, and then a quote the next day. You have to be something that people look forward to. Your page has to be authentic to you, but it has to be fun. So whether you are nerdy or you like video games, or you're in love with your dogs like I am, it can be those little things that maybe you think are boring to you, but if you show them and you're passionate about them, that's what people relate to. People are the same as you and they have those weird quirks about them or the weird things that they like that maybe you don't realize, but you can't be boring with your page. You have to have fun. You have to have passion. That's why we don't, copy and post a ton of stuff. You have to be you. So that is number 2, is that you cannot be boring. And then the next thing, 3, my numbers are way off, is that whatever you are posting, whatever you are showing, you have to add value to everything that you do. And that is huge with attraction marketing, and that's what I said about posting a pre-made graphic or, a Thrive picture that everyone posts. You have to be authentic to who you are, but you have to add value. So, you know, whether you are just sharing an inspirational quote or you're sharing your capsules in the morning with you taking them, you have to add value. Guys, enough. Like, what am I going to do when I have kids? I don't know. You have to add value to your post. You have to make people feel something. Okay, so if you're not being yourself and you're not adding value to your post, it's not going to catch anybody's eye. You have to, and it all coincides together. It's full circle with not being boring. You know, you have to make it you, and you have to simply add value. So whether that is, you know, sharing your story and connecting with somebody and them feeling something you felt, or sharing a quote and something you've been through and that makes them feel something, or sharing, you know, how different your products make you feel from how you used to. That's a feeling. Somebody can be like, oh yeah, I feel right now what she used to feel like, you know, or I go on my page and I talk about my anxiety, you know, and no, that's not easy, but I make people feel something because they can relate to me. So you always have to add value. It has to mean something to someone. And this is kind of, it's difficult to explain, but I think it's super important in attraction marketing. And I say this lightly, so don't freak out when I say this because it might come off not in the best way, but you have to be, you're striving to be more popular on Facebook. But being popular on Facebook is a lot different than being what popular in high school was, or getting 200 likes. That's not what being popular on Facebook means. What being popular means that you're adding value to somebody's day, that you were an inspiration to someone, your positivity to someone, you're relating to somebody. That's what being popular on Facebook is it's being a person. Because so much of Facebook is memes and negativity and all this stuff that doesn't mean anything. So when you go on your newsfeed and you're that one person that's being yourself and you're showing who you are and you're sharing emotions in your life, you know, whatever you may be comfortable with, but you do have to break out of your shell a little bit. That's what being popular is. It's somebody saying, you know, hey, I really needed that. Or hey, that inspired me. That is what being popular on Facebook is. And that's what attracts people to you, when you're that one person on their newsfeed that is real and authentic and themselves. And that's what attracts people to you. So try not to get lost here. So by adding value to everything that you do, meaning that it has to mean something. When you type something out, have heart, be yourself, be authentic, share what you're feeling. Okay, you have to attach everything to a feeling. By doing that, by people connecting with you, and this is the next step of attraction marketing, is that you have to be a person of influence. But you become a person of influence by doing that. You know, I'm nobody special. Okay, I wasn't popular in high school. I dropped out of college. Like in my day-to-day life, I wouldn't feel like a person of influence. But because I've gone on Facebook and I've been open and honest, I've been authentic, I've tried to be positive, you know, any negative situations I've maybe had or a bad day I've had, I've spun it. And instead of going on and being negative, I say, you know, hey, I went through this, I got through it. How can I help somebody else that maybe is in that same spot right now? Or maybe they're in the spot I was a year ago. Spin it so that you are that person of influence for them. You're someone they look forward to. So that's kind of the way that you go down, is that you can't be boring, so you have to be exciting with it. With all your posting, you have to have passion, you have to be authentic. I'm just trying to go over this to like make sure we have it all down. You have to add value to what you're posting. So don't copy and paste other people's posts. Don't just, you know, put up a pre-made graphic. Say how stuff makes you feel. Why are you doing this? What have the products done for you? What are you doing on a daily life? Share your life. You know, whatever that may be, whatever your quirks are. I call it your things. What are the things that make you you? You know, they're not what make MM, but they make you you, so share them. And by doing all of that and being that person for them, you become a person of influence, okay? And that's what attracts people to you. So when they're on your Facebook and they look forward to you posting, or you inspire them, or you uplift them, or you connect with them, that's when people come to you, okay? That's when people are in your inbox saying, okay, well, you know, maybe that they weren't interested in the product at first, but they're attracted to my personality or what I'm doing or my lifestyle, that they then are going to say, well, you know, hey, what does she do? Or why does she feel that way? You know, what product is she using? That's when they're then attracted to you and they come to you. But once you get them in your inbox and you get them asking you questions, you have to be, what's the best way to word this? Like an expert in the field. Okay, and that doesn't mean that you're the top rank or you make $1 million or this and that. That means that when you're talking to people, you can talk to them. You know what you're saying. Whether you have to ask your upline for help, you know, and say, hey, how do I respond to this person, or what do I say? You have to be able to take that posting that you're doing and bring it into conversation when people ask you. Okay, so you have to be an expert in that field, you know, whether that's connecting with them, whether that's explaining what you do, whether that's explaining the products, because that's what's going to either get them as a lead where they're going to sign up, or it's going to fall off because they're like, well, this girl doesn't know what the heck she's talking about. You know what I mean? And it's okay that you learn that over time. You learn more about the products, more about the business, but you have your uplines and you have help with that. So if you're ever confused, ask somebody, say, hey, how do I respond to this? And we can spin it with your personality. So once you attract them to you, you have to be an expert in your field. You have to know what you're talking about. And that's more than just about the products. That's why we do self-development. That's why we grow ourselves. And you learn about, about attraction marketing, about growing your network, about how to use social media to grow your business, about network marketing in general. That is you working to become an expert in your field. That's you getting your footing and learning about what you're doing. It's just like when you go to school for something, you can never stop learning or growing yourself about this business or about, your connection or anything like that. So be an expert. So when you attract them to you, you're not then losing them because you're like, oh yeah, I don't know, you can maybe message this person. That's the difference as to where when people, whether I said that you don't have to be making a ton of money or be a top rank, but when people have a feeling that you get what you're doing and you love what you're doing and you're passionate about it, they're attracted to you. And that's why somebody that, maybe that's their best friend and she does thrive too, but she's going to sign up with me because she feels more comfortable because I've shown sides of myself that maybe she hasn't, or I make it known that I love what I do and I'm constantly working at learning more about this industry and learning more about myself and growing myself. And that's who they're attracted to. So that's also huge. I hope this is all making sense. But that all comes full circle. That's what that all is. You're growing your network. You're adding value to your timeline. You're doing stuff like that. And you're sharing your passion. You're sharing your story. You're making people feel something. And then when they're coming to you, you're able to still keep that connection and tell them about what the heck you're doing or whatever you have going on. 1 second. Okay. Let me see what else I have on here super quick before I have Katie get on. Hold on. My other piece of paper is right here. Okay, so those were the steps that I kind of said. Because like I say, I feel like people are like, oh, I do attraction marketing, but nobody really understands what it is. So that is what it is. It's getting people to come to your inbox because they're connecting with you and they're curious. So curiosity is also huge about it. You want to make sure that you're staying in people's minds. Okay, and how do you do that? You stay in people's minds by showing more of yourself. And I'll relate it to something I do today just so you can get an idea of it. My mom sent me a Friends shirt that said Pivot on it, like the pivot scene. Okay, I'm a Friends addict. I love Friends. And today, people I didn't even know on my Facebook that I didn't know were watching me were tagging me in Friends memes. Where they're sending me, a Friends mug and like, oh, this made me think of you. You have to get in people's mind. Guys! And you do that by being authentic, so that people know that I love wine, that I love my dogs, that I love Friends. There's all these little quirks about me that when they see a meme or, maybe an animal or a quote or this and that, they think of me because I'm showing myself on my Facebook. I'm showing more of myself than the next person. Not that I share my deepest, darkest crap that nobody wants to know, but I share my personality. Like I said, you don't have to be super outgoing or crazy. Whatever your quirk is, whatever your thing is, show that because there's people that have the same things you do. And that's who you want your business anyways. That's who's going to be attracted to you. So you have to come out with your personality a little bit. And that doesn't happen overnight, just like growing your network. You have to take time to grow yourself, to get more comfortable. Where I am now and where I was 6 months ago, I'm a completely different person with what I show on social media because I've grown more in myself and I'm learning more about myself every day and I show that. So you always want to stay in people's minds. That's going to connect them to you. Or even if it's not the product or the business, that's that first connection with them, it always leads because then they're watching you and they're curious and they want to know what you're doing. Can't be afraid to show who you are and your personality. I talked about that. Trust is a huge part of it in attraction marketing is that people need to trust you. And that's what I kind of meant about, somebody their best friend could be in Thrive, but they could message me and, say, hey, I have my friend that does it, but, I want to talk to you about it because I feel such and such, or because I connected with you because of this. And trust is with that. And a lot also has to do with being passionate and authentic, but with the products too. If you want people to buy your product, they're going to buy you first. And they trust in you when you're using it. When they wake up every single day and they see you on your Insta story or on your Facebook, doing your 3-step in the morning. And not that I'm saying, hey, everybody needs to buy my 3-step, but I'm showing myself, drinking my shake in the morning or putting on my DFT and stuff like that, where they trust you because not only are they connecting with you, but they're like, hey, she uses these products every day, or hey, I've seen her results. So people trusting in you. You have to be open and honest, and you have to be a product of the product. That's also huge. Have to be your own kind of weird. I talk about that. Whatever your quirk is, don't be afraid to show it. They're people just like you. Oh, and one of my favorite quotes that I always have to say about attraction marketing and why we do this and why you need to implement it and kind of let it take its course and really develop is because you want to be the hunted, not the hunter. Okay, you want to be the hunted, not the hunter. And that doesn't mean, that people are flocking to me by the masses, but it's really hard to run a business and it's not sustainable where it turns into residual income when you are the one constantly chasing people. It's not easy. You're exhausting yourself, and that's why 9 out of 10 people are going to quit, is because it becomes more of a full-time job than their full-time job because they're on their phone 24/7. But when you implement this and you really work on these techniques, rather than cold messaging or posting 12 times a day, you're implementing these techniques and people start to come to you, it frees up your time. Okay, because you're putting in work towards it, but it's growing yourself and growing your network and sharing your life, and it's fun. I like waking up every morning and showing my 3-step and showing my dog doing something crazy, or making sangria or barbecuing, stuff like that. I have fun with it. I'm still growing my business, but I'm not stuck in my phone because I've developed this into attraction marketing. So when you put that effort in, that's when you then look up, in 1 to 2 years or 6 months, whenever it starts to kind of snowball for you, and you free up your time to do other stuff, whether that is customer service to your customers or, talking to your team more and doing Zooms like this or, more self-development. And that's how it all comes full circle. And it's so crazy that I've grown more and my attraction marketing has grown more because it's freed up my time to grow myself more. So I'm reading more books and I'm listening to more podcasts and I'm working on M more. And that allows me to give back more to my business and my team. So you want to be the hunted, not the hunter. Implement these things, and show your personality and show you grow your network to get people onto it. People need exactly who you are, exactly where you are, exactly what your situation is, your quirks, your flaws, everything you've been through, that somebody's going to relate to it. And it can be in the silliest way where they have the same t-shirt as you, or, they could have had the same anxiety problem you do, or they drink the same wine. It can be anything that makes that connection, but you just have to show your life and develop these techniques. I'm going to stop talking now. I hope that was helpful. Katie, you start.
That was so good, and I'm learning so much, and I'm going to bounce off that. I want you guys to think about those 2 words, attraction and marketing. Let's talk about the very first one, attraction. So, we utilize social media to run our business, right? So when I think of attraction marketing, these are the 4 things that I use to build my business. Number 1, my pictures. I am attracting people to my brand with my pictures. Okay. My pictures are always clean. They're always crisp. They're always bright, and they're always clear. You'll notice when you go to M's Instagram, she has like a theme. Like she uses like the same filters and the same like colors and just like structure on her pictures. So the other way is videos. My live videos, I'm honest. I don't try to be perfect. I show people the real Katie because that's what they deserve. They don't deserve me to not be who I am in real life. So I get on there. I talk about my struggles. I talk about how 5 months ago I had no money in my bank account. I talk about how I haven't been able to plan my wedding the past year and a half because I couldn't afford it. My viewers deserve to see the real me. So Facebook Live is just like me sitting on my couch with a potential promoter who lives in another state, and they can hear me face to face. So pictures, videos, stories, Facebook and Instagram are always evolving, and you have to stay up to date with it. Okay. Posting's great, but it's not like it's baking a cake, and posting's a part of it, but posting is not the main thing that's going to build you residual income. Okay. I'm telling you stories, and me and Em, we're both talking about this. I'm telling you, my samples are selling because of stories. So every single day, my Instagram story, that's what people are checking. When I get on Instagram, I check my stories before I even start scrolling. Or Facebook, I'll see who's adding to their stories, and I'll go on there and I'll just click through it. So, when people are following my stories, I'm showing them every single day the life of an MLM boss soccer preschool mom. Like, that's what I want them to see. I want them to see that, you know, my son's doing wild things and he's peeing in the front yard, you know, that we're at the Children's Museum and I just got 4 figures deposited in my account. I want them to see that, you know, you don't have to be a minivan driving mom. You can be a Escalade driving mom. You can be a BMW driving mom. I want to show them the real me, and my stories is a way for people every single day to find out who I am and see what I'm doing, see what I'm cooking, see where I'm shopping, and follow my life and my journey. So really, really utilize those. My wording is always short. I don't post long paragraphs, but it's always powerful. When I'm posting something, I want the person on the other end of the screen to feel something from my post. You know, people need to connect with you, and they're going to connect with your struggle, and they can identify your success. And what I mean by that is success. You know, I want to show people the power of residual income. I want to show people the beauty of retiring young and becoming debt-free in your 20s and your 30s. You know, the generation we live in, you guys, you know how many millennials are becoming millionaires from YouTube, from blogging, from real estate? Like, a 9 to 5 is cool, but the power of what we have with social media, you have an option to become, like, build a large amount of steady flow of residual income for the rest of your life and for generations in your family. And you have to believe in that in your heart. So I put a dream every single day when I'm posting, when I'm utilizing my social media. I want to plant seeds and plant small dreams in people's hearts. And for 1 second, I want that mom to look at my Instagram story and say, you know what if I could, what if I could do what she's doing? I want to connect with people. So that's why I'm very open about my struggles, because people relate to that. They can relate to paycheck to paycheck. They can relate to thousands of dollars of credit card debt. They can relate to all those things. So be relatable and be yourself. You know, let's move on to marketing. This is a skill set. This isn't something you learn overnight. This isn't something that, you know, you can just read a book and get very educated. This is something that you have to practice over and over and over again. You know, you have to get good at talking to people. That's the biggest, you know, when I asked Dustin Bland his income producing activities, he says talking to people, talking to new people every day. Like that's it. It's just connecting with new people. So that's a skill set. You have to learn how to share your product. You have to get confident about your product line. You know, someone asked me today, hey, I have a girl who wants to do the 3 steps, but I'm nervous about the price. I said, why? It replaces your coffee. It replaces your breakfast. And once you feel that good, you can't afford not to feel that good again. It's priceless. So I'm confident in that price point every single day. I'm not scared to tell people the prices. Just like I've told Em, and I share it from the beginning. You know, 2 years ago, I had really bad acne. I couldn't afford to invest in an expensive skincare, but I did. And I've been ordering for the past 2 years because of how confident I've become in my own skin. So when people try these products and they fall in love with them, they find a way to order. They find a way to make it work. And guess what? They're not going to Starbucks every day. They're not stopping for breakfast on their way to work. And they're not waking up every day and drinking coffee immediately. So getting very skillful at sharing your business and your product, it just comes naturally, and it will be a second nature to you the more that you do it over and over and over again. You have to get knowledgeable about the industry, and you have to connect with your prospects. Okay. I see every single day, you know, people trying to grow their business, and that's what you should do. But like, it's so much deeper than getting an enrollment. Like, I am very selective with who I bring in my business. Just because someone wants to sign up with me and they're showing me signs of insecurity and lack of confidence, I'm not even trying to mess with that. Like, I've done that in the past, and it's not a number game to me. I would rather sign one rock star than enroll 30 people who lack confidence really bad. Because to me, to build a powerful business, you got to build it with people with vision, people with grit, people with loyalty, people with a heart that no matter what gets in their way, they're going to rise above it. They're going to push, and their vision, no one can get in their way. And that's how I feel. Like, my vision's so big that if anything tries to get in my way, like I move it. It's just, you can't get in my lane. Like, I'm focused, I'm driven, I know where I'm going. And that's the kind of people I want to work with. So you have to connect with people. I don't spend all day talking to people who, now I'm not saying confidence isn't something that can't be learned, but I don't waste my time every day trying to convince people that they need this business when they're telling me they don't even think they can get 2 customers to order their products for free. I'm going to go for the girl who's all in and ready. And that's where my energy is going to go. So connect with people. They're not robots, and you have to be yourself, and you have to give yourself to people every single day. I'm Katie, and I take a balance, and I'm going to be honest, this business, the money, you get addicted to the work because of the results it's going to produce, but I'm not Thrive 24/7. I'm Katie, and I give myself balance. I will go 3 hours without texting people back because I have to have a balance. So make sure that you're giving yourself balance, because it's not going to be enjoyable if you don't. A couple more things before I bounce it back to M. Make people respect your greatness, okay? And what I mean by that is, don't be fucking afraid to dream big. And I'm sorry to cuss, but who are you to let your life be limited by someone else's opinion? I looked my mom in the eye and I told her I'm going to take care of my retirement. It brings me to tears and it gives me chills. And that's the kind of vision and dreams I have in my heart. And like I said, no one's in my way. So do not let anyone tell you how big that you're allowed to dream. And that's the best part. Your dream can be as big as you want it to be. And the work that you're doing right now, that's not Tuesday's paycheck. That's 3 months from now. That's 6 months from now. So I will talk to people and create new conversations every single day, because I know in 6 months from now, those are my enrollments. So every single day, what you're doing will pay off for you later. You have to think about what you're doing this for. When I have my dream board, it's actually right here in front of me, and I'm going to read it to you because I'm going to show you what is in the mind of a 28-year-old girl who has a big vision. Credit card debt-free, student loan debt-free, 5-figure savings for a wedding, Great Wolf Lodge, family vacation to Disney, take care of my parents' bills, take care of my parents' retirement. I'm 28 years old, and that's on my vision board. That's not normal. So you have to know every single day what you're working for. So to me, these dreams, I can take someone leaving my business. I can take someone not understanding my vision. I can take maybe someone who didn't get the full experience in their 3 days and they don't want to try the products. I can take all those negative things because my focus is so much bigger. So you have to know, pen and paper, write it down, what you're working for, because your vision in this business should bring you to tears. It should make you want to wake up in the morning and take your products and share this business. To me, in my eyes, if I'm not sharing this, it's selfish. I straight up think that I'm selfish. When I see what I see on Tuesdays, why would I not share that with other people? You know how many other people need something like this and they're praying for something like this? And I say this all the time because it's from Forbes. 75 million people are going to join a MLM over the next 5 years. You know how many people are going to be joining Lavelle? Thousands and thousands and thousands. And you have the opportunity right now to be a part of that massive momentum. 2 more things. I'm sorry, Em. I have a lot of notes. Be different and own it. Like I said, I'm not afraid to show people the power of this business. And like I said, own who you are. Own that you love network marketing. Own that you believe that this is the highest paid skill set in the world. I just want to change, you guys, your vision just has to be big. And it has to pull you every single day. So fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the ups and downs. Fall in love with the people you bring in and the people you bring out. So fall in love with everything. And for the next 6 months, this is what I'm ending it on. I want you to think for the next 6 months, every single day, if you started your day with self-development, if you cut out gossiping, if you committed to being, working your business every single day, if you got amazingly healthy from the products, and you put in the work every day, and in 6 months from now, you were making $5,000 to $6,000 a month. I want you to ask yourself if that would be worth it. What would you do with that? I really want you to close your eyes and think, it's Tuesday and your weekly pay comes in and it's $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. What is that going to do to your heart? What is that going to make you feel like? So to me, I'd work every single day because my vision isn't, like I said, this Tuesday. My vision is I want my parents' bills in my name. That's what I want. So I will work every day because I'm not going to disappoint them. They've taken care of me for 25 years and I found my vehicle to take care of them. So your vision needs to be attached to your heart and don't let anyone take it away.
That's why she's going 200K, folks. If you're in our downline, I'm sorry, because you hear us say this all the time, but that is what it's about. That is everything. If you can literally just commit every day to working on yourself and connecting with people, that's all it takes. You know, and it's so crazy that, like I said, even when I look back at myself, but even when I look back at Katie over the past 5 months, like, she has grown as a person so much, you know, but that didn't just come. Like, I know that her butt is up every single morning sitting in her office doing self-development. I know that when I go on Facebook, she's going to have already been active because she got up earlier than me and she's reading more than I am. Like, she motivates me. And that's what you have to have, is that drive and that vision. That's what she's saying, that you have the power to accomplish whatever you want, you know, but you have to understand that you have to have passion and heart, and that it is a skill set. You know, just like if you want to get good at a sport or you want to go to college and have a major, you have to work at that too. So don't be afraid to dig in and learn. You know, it comes with growing yourself, but it comes with doing self-development, reading books about this, growing your network, being yourself, but you have the tools. And this isn't a means to like toot our own horns, but like the leadership that we have as a team and the skill set we have, like if you guys take what we say and you take this knowledge, you are set so far apart, you know, because a lot of network marketers, it hasn't clicked yet, or they don't train their team like that yet. And when we're saying to go at it with passion and heart, that is what makes you different. That's what makes that person sign up with you and not somebody else. And that's what I always say, fall in love with the products and grow yourself. You know, we'll help you with the rest. I'll teach you how to grow your market. You know, I'll teach you to not give up when you get frustrated, but you just have to trust in this, and you can't give up. The only way that you fail at network marketing is if you quit. That's the only way that you fail, is if you quit. I don't care if you're making a $5 paycheck or a $50 paycheck or a $5 million. I don't care. That is a paycheck from your phone, and you are working for something bigger, and that's all that matters. I don't even know what to say. I like had stuff. You got inspirational. Like, she gives me chills. And like, imagine how people connect with her on her Facebook. You know what I mean? If she makes us feel like that, that's what people that are connecting with her, that's what you have to grow. She stepped so far into who she is. Crazy dogs. That she's just able to show that to people. And she loves people so hard, and that's what makes her successful. Guys, I'm sorry. So I'm going to end it at that just to stop, because I love you guys so much. Just take that. Are you guys serious? I can't win. So take that knowledge, like I said, take that skill set of the attraction marketing, research it, go on YouTube, read books, do stuff like that, and then grow yourself and put those together and show your personality on your social medias, and it is going to change your business. And I'm sorry my dogs are barking. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hopping on. I'm going to upload this right after, because I know that we maxed out. Not everybody could hop on, but I hope this helped, and that you guys have a great night. Bye.